How's it going, everyone? This is Andre Pillow, PGA professional and founder of DNA Golf Instruction. You're currently watching two of my students go through a 5-putt assessment prior to practicing with the Neura Putt aim and pace trainer. They will both hit 5 putts with white golf balls to get a particular range prior to practicing with the device. Then after we get about 10 minutes of practice in, we will come back and each student will hit another 5 putts, this time with yellow golf balls. Gilbert is about a 25 handicap, and Alex is about a 9 handicap.
Okay guys, so now Alex and Gilbert, they've done their assessment. We had them hit 5 putts as you witnessed. We got a certain disbursement from those putts. Now we're working with the Neura Putt system, and Gilbert's starting off and he's developing comfort, working against the rubber band, kicking the ball back, in the simplest form, but working on feeling comfortable starting close and gradually working back as he feels comfortable, with the goal of working on his distance control, making contact with the rubber band for direction. And as you can see, he's already starting to work a little further back and he's having a lot of success hitting the rubber band, which indicates that he would probably make the putt and have decent pace.
A lot of times when we have longer putts, we tend to get outside of our normal range of motion.
Right.
We might get our body into it.
Right.
It's a long putt. We just totally can get outside of our normal technique. So what this is also training you to do is to make sure you keep that same technique, because you're being forced to aim accurately and hit the ball hard.
Good putt, great putt.
So you're marrying the two elements, and you're learning the distance to make that marriage work in different lengths.
Which makes it a very versatile training aid in that regard. Now we're all the way at the edge of the mat. Good job. Now AJ, as he's working back, if he misses 2 or 3 from that distance, would you recommend him moving back forward?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say it's almost to start back over again.
Okay.
Like the drill is supposed to be building confidence as well as the muscle memory.
Okay.
So if he feels like he isn't in touch at this range, then he needs to start over, because he's building that.
Okay. And as an instructor, I'm always focusing on the individual and them helping me to make decisions with what we're working on.
In real time.
In real time, correct. All right, now we got Alex at the edge of the mat. Good, great putt, great putt. Yeah, but if you hit that rubber band, it's almost like same as a made putt. Boom. Now for you guys, do you feel like this is helping you to improve your putting and your stroke? Do you feel like the second time you started working with the device, it was better than the first time? Yep. Yep.
Because I think for the first time, your main goal is really to hit that rubber band.
Right.
However hard you may hit it or not, you want to know that you hit the target.
Right.
Now after you realize you can hit the target, now that's where the pace part comes in. For me, it was like, I don't want to smash it and watch it bounce back. I want to see how close I can get it to leave it right there.
Okay.
So all this is happening
Instantly and pretty fast. I mean, we've only been working with this for 5-10 minutes so far. But to hear good feedback from an instructor standpoint, it's kind of what I'm looking for. A device that helps the light go off, then I don't have to do much, because now you're intrigued, you're engaged, and if you have any struggles, you'll either ask a question to me or something will come up to yourself that this will help kind of alleviate on its own. So that makes it an excellent training aid for me as an instructor, for sure. Great, all right, so let's give this another try. Let's go through our assessment for a second time, gentlemen. We'll put Gilbert up first.
Look at you go. Oh, you did good. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I use it in my teaching a lot, so it's something that's kind of, oh man.
That's great.
Great putt, great putt. Okay guys, so we are very, very excited to see the results of our first use of the Neura Putt here at Blythefield Country Club. Very happy that Mr. Johnson came down with this wonderful product. And I think that Gilbert and Alex both showed improvement with the difference in their first 5 putts with the white golf balls, then going through an assessment with our training aid and practicing and working their way back, hitting the rubber band and slowly getting comfortable working further back to the edge of the mat and still making contact with the rubber band, which indicates making a putt. And then coming back to our assessment and doing it again with the yellow golf balls, and we saw a lot better result there, AJ.
Yeah, I think what you're gonna have to notice, you have to pay attention is, number one, not only where the balls ended up, but where they are in relation to the cup as far as their aim. So, because we always know we want to get the ball past the cup, but we also, what good is it going to do if you're not on track?
Correct.
So, and I think what we saw, especially for Gilbert, was that even though he was, his stroke wasn't exactly, it was like a little timid, but even still, it was on track.
Yep. And gain confidence, I believe, with that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yep.
I think that's one of the biggest issues that you have to pay attention to when you're training is you have to build confidence as well as muscle memory. Because one without the other is going to fail you when you get on the golf course.
Tell them about the 2 options. We do have an indoor option and an outdoor option, and maybe a little bit about pricing as well.
Okay, so even though the products look identical, there is a slight difference between the 2 of them, where the indoor model is completely flush and it just has Velcro on the bottom. Whereas the outdoor model has really small cleats because you push them into the putting surface and they give you a real firm grip, which is what you need because you don't want it sliding around, rotating on you. You're dialing in, you know, to the point when you get to the blue, you're dialing in your accuracy down to like a 1/4 of an inch. So you don't want this thing moving around on you. And that's why the indoor model, Velcro is, it's automotive grade.
Sticky.
So like once you put it on, it's not coming up and it's not coming up easy. But you want that so that it doesn't shift on you and so that, you know, when you get sharper and sharper, you know that it isn't an issue with the product, it's an issue with you if you're not hitting the line. And that was the last thing I want to mention, is that even though your target, even though we're looking at this target as if you're putting at a cup, really what you're not. Really what you're doing is you're training yourself to hit a spot. And we're using the hole as your frame of reference of how accurate you are. Because when you get on a golf course, you're not picking a target line that's 4 inches wide. You're picking a target line that's probably the width of your golf ball. So that's what we're training you to start seeing is a target that's the width of the golf ball, not the width of the golf cup.
And now as an instructor too, think about that in relation simply, right, of looking at a cup, and we know that it's a fairly straight putt, but it may break one way or the other. And we use terms like left center or right center. Well, professionals and those that are a little more keen to their putting, they will divide that hole up even more specifically than that. And this is a great training aid for those that are amateurs or novices that do think in terms of simple left center, right center, center. But for those of us that are working on break or really trying to specify our entry point into that cup, this device is very versatile in helping you learn how to train that way as well.
And I think once it started feeling like I was telling you guys this about my theory about where putts start getting hard is when they get outside your peripheral vision. And so like it's easy to make a gimme because you can see it. But once it gets outside of where you can see, now you're forced to be able to trust where your mind says the target's at and still commit to it. That's where I think beginners need to start. It's not the 10-footers, but start 3 foot, 4 foot. Because you want to be able to do that with your eyes closed, literally.
We are ready to go. We have more to come too, by the way. So we're going to get into some more training stuff, start talking about the bumpers and the differences and the sizes there is another way to train. But thanks, Gilbert, and thanks, Alex, for coming over and helping it. And the apparel is available too, guys, dnagolfinstruction.com. And as a matter of fact, this is a great time to surprise you with something. I got something for you. All right, here we go, AJ. So we got some branded apparel for you. Large, I hope.
Appreciate it.
But boom, that is for you. And then we also have our 846 line, just for social injustice and a reminder that a lot of us have always had a tee time of 846. And this line is very important to me and something that we wanted to give to you as well.
I appreciate that.
So there you go.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Not a problem, man. More to come with our new training aid.